Hey there, it's Walt. So like many people, I have a morning routine that I'm pretty consistent with. I usually get up around 4:15 in the morning and make a cup of coffee and then settle in for about 40 minutes of meditation. Probably the single most important practice of anything I do, something I've done for now nearly 30 years. And after my meditation, I do some journaling, a journaling practice, and then a little bit of reflective reading, and then I pour another cup of coffee, and Ann and I connect, and then we go out for our morning run, and sometimes run 6 or 8 or 10 miles along our beautiful coast, and come back, and then we transition into the day and start our day, and usually it's about 9 or 10 o'clock when we start, and all of those early hours are really spent connecting and grounding and wellness and well-being. And what it does is it allows me then to go out and be connected and attentive and resourceful and resilient in the work that I love to do. As part of my morning practices and disciplines, I have a rule. And the rule is do not look at the newspapers or at social media or at email at any point in time before I enter into my day. From time to time, I violate that rule. I don't know why. The draw sometimes is just too great. Maybe I'm expecting something or anticipating something, or maybe something's going on in the world and I'm just drawn into it. And it's easy for us to get drawn into it. The whole thing is designed to draw us into it. In any event, recently, I violated my rule. I'm not proud of that. I'm a bit chagrined. And of course, I regretted it immediately. I had been anticipating something in my email stream, something I was looking forward to. And I went into the email and it wasn't there, so there was a little bit of a letdown. And then I saw all of the other emails that are in there, like dozens and dozens of emails that were waiting for me to start the day. And that's always the case, but I don't look at them. And in this instance, I had, and so now they're on my mind. And so now I have the smartphone open, of course, and I pivoted over to the New York Times. And there's so much sadness in the world right now with the situation in Ukraine and Russia and the conflict and the violence and the destruction, and it washed over me. And then so now not only do I have all of the stuff with the email, but all of the sadness and all of that news around Ukraine that it just felt so heavy. And then I endeavored to enter into my morning practices, but I was all churned up. I was just all worked up about all of it, and it just became a very unresourceful morning. And so I think right now, there's so much that comes at all of us all of the time. Emails, text messages, notifications, and alerts, and we have stuff we've got to attend to with social media, and we've got phone calls to return, and there's just the news, the onslaught. It's easy to get caught in that doom scrolling around the news. There's so much coming at us all of the time that it is important to create boundaries, to create space for ourselves so that we can connect with ourselves, so that we can care for ourselves, that we can ground ourselves, we can listen to that still small voice of our Creator, the source of all that's good, and just to be, create some space just to be, and to protect that space and to honor that space. And so if you have a morning routine, I invite and encourage you to create even better boundaries around it so that it's really, really valuable for you. If you don't have a morning routine where you're taking care of you and nourishing you and grounding yourself and connecting with that still small voice within you, that spirit within you. If you don't have that created, it makes such a difference in the way you'll show up. And when you have these practices, create some rules that protect them and don't violate them, he says to himself. Make it a great rest of the day, great rest of the week. Bye for now.